Your Excellency, Mr. John Rankin, International Strategy Board Chairman and International Vice President, Professor Alan Lau, my colleague, Regional Chairs, Ken, WK, he is of course not here, IMechE Chair, Ruth Shilston, Council Members, Lucian and Amy, Southern Asia Region Board Members, Toshi, Newton, Janaka, Siddhartha, Anshul, Russell, members of the organizing committee, young member representatives, visiting young members, Sri Lanka group members, members of the media and press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IMechE Southern Asia region, I warmly welcome your presence here this beautiful morning. We had rain the last few days. Indeed, your graceful presence has made this day pleasant and the occasion a glittering, gracious event. Just to refresh your memories, let me mention that the Institution of Mechanical Engineers Sri Lanka Group was established in November 1997, ably led by late Rear Admiral Perera, Newton Wickramasuriya and others. But this year offers to especially the local participants a totally different atmosphere with the Sri Lanka Group patron, His Excellency John Rankin's presence today. Thank you, sir. The prevailing ambience today is totally fascinating because year 2014 happens to be the year Engineering Tomorrow is organized in Colombo. First of its kind for our institution. Panel discussion will be led by His Excellency Newton Wickramasuriya, Ruth Shilston and Toshi Sangha and will be moderated by Siddhartha Kaskli. Learned Society talks today will be delivered by very eminent engineers Professor Lau, Ken, Toshi, Gamnu Silva and Dr. Helen Bise. We will have a discussion session once the presentations are over. I also take this opportunity to welcome the photographic competition winner from Pakistan, Akif Brasa. I do not wish to burden you with a long speech. On behalf of our respective committees, I once again welcome your presence this morning. I thank Lucian, headquarters staff, Siddhartha, and all the committee members who did sweat and who worked hard to make this event possible. The Learner Society talks and the YM conference this afternoon are sponsored by local industry. Please enjoy and take back with you pleasant memories of the panel discussion and the presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. May I now invite Mr. John Rankin, Professor Lau, Lucian, regional chairs to light the oil.
Okay, thank you.
I'm the last. Now invite His Excellency John Rankin to please deliver his address. Thank you.
Chairman, International Vice President, members of the Institute, distinguished guests. I am not myself an engineer by background, and so I stand before you with a certain sense of trepidation. I'm a diplomat, and if I have a skill, it's in the use of words, diplomatic language, however useful that may or may not be, compared to your ability to design, devise, create, and make practical and innovative mechanical objects. So you are a slightly scary audience for me this morning. But I'm nonetheless very pleased to have been invited to speak to you. And I'm pleased for three reasons. First of all, because of the links that the Institute of Mechanical Engineers represents between my country, the United Kingdom, and so many other countries of the world, many of whom are represented here this morning. Your institute was of course founded over 160 years ago, and its magnificent premises in Birdcage Walk are well known to me. First of all, because they are very close to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, where I work when I'm in London, and secondly, because they do a very good and relatively inexpensive lunch, which I enjoyed on many occasions in the Institute. But more seriously, of course, you are a venerable body, and Her Majesty the Queen is a patron of your Institute, and you have a wonderful history. But your Institute, I know, isn't simply about history. It's also a modern, future-looking organisation with a strong international outreach and operations well beyond its London headquarters. I understand you now have over 100,000 members in more than 140 countries. And that means that the Institute, and each of you here this morning, is part of the relationship, for me as British High Commissioner, between the United Kingdom and the wider world, including in Sri Lanka. And I always say that the relationship between countries is about much more than the relationship between governments, or the work that officials such as I carry out. Fundamentally, the relationship between countries is about the relationship between peoples. And professional bodies such as the Institute, building links between mechanical engineers worldwide, irrespective of where they come from, is a very important aspect of building the wider constructive harmony that diplomats such as myself strive for. The second reason I'm pleased to be here is because I hope I know enough about engineering to know that it's important. I'm proud of what British civil engineers have contributed to Sri Lanka. As in much of South Asia, the railway system here was built by British engineers over a century ago, and the tracks are still going strong. The Victoria Dam, the tallest dam in Sri Lanka, was also built by British engineering companies. It opened in 1985. It provides vital irrigation and hydroelectric power to Sri Lanka, and it won the award for innovative design and engineering from the Institution of Civil Engineers. Those are just two examples from here in this country of the difference that effective engineering can make to the day-to-day lives of people. Your work literally helps to make the world a better place for those who live in it. And in the 3.5 years that I have, almost 4 years that I have been serving in Sri Lanka, I've seen many changes in the country, from top-class infrastructure to the new Airbus plane that landed at Bandaranaike Airport last week with Rolls-Royce Trent engines, which involved top-class engineering, and which in turn have helped to drive economic growth, and which have benefited both businesses and local communities. And the third reason I'm pleased to be here is because of what you can do for the future, in line with your theme of engineering tomorrow. In the field of energy, promoting sustainable energy use, and engineering sustainable supply. Ensuring future energy supply, together with food supply, is, I know, one of the greatest challenges the world will face in future years, and in which effective engineering is going to be a key part of the solutions that we require. You're already producing some of those solutions. And similarly, in the field of the environment, I welcome your Institute's commitment to promoting economic growth while adapting to the demands of climate change, global population growth, and depletion of natural resources. As with energy, this is work in which diplomats and governments are much involved, but we need engineers to provide the innovative solutions to go with our policy negotiations if real change is to be achieved. And I welcome your work in education, preparing and supporting tomorrow's engineers so that they can respond to society's future challenges. And you, many of you as young engineers here, are a key part of the future of your profession and can play a key role in inspiring those who want to follow in your footsteps. So I'm pleased to be here because of your institutional links with the UK, because of the practical work you carry out, and because of the importance of what you do for the future. The final reason I'm pleased to be here is a more personal one, in that my own son is himself an engineering student in Aberdeen in Scotland. Scotland, as you may have gathered from my accent, is my native country, and I hope I'm not being immodest in saying that Scotland has produced some of the world's greatest engineers, including mechanical engineers. My son's area of study is actually electrical engineering, but his course is cross-disciplinary, and I know that he studies alongside engineers in other fields. So I hope that one day soon he will, like you, be a professionally qualified engineer, helping to provide the innovative engineering solutions that the world needs to meet the challenges ahead. I wish you well in your deliberations here in Colombo as you look at engineering tomorrow. Thank you.